a train simulator on Roblox, once promised to be the best. So my game is kind of dying right now. For the most part, it's because of bugs and gameplay. So yeah, we're gonna completely overhaul the entire game. So one of the first things I always wanted to do for this game is to make a power station. So we're going to recreate Drax's power station. It can't be that hard, can it? So this project is going to be bigger than I ever anticipated. When I was going to build a power station, I thought it would be just 2 chimneys and a building and some tracks and that's it. But no, I mean, look at this. How the fuck am I supposed to build this? So this is the current map of the game, some of you may be familiar with. There's a little branch line just after Griffin which leads to the Griffin power station. But we don't talk about that. Yeah. But anyways, that will be completely destroyed. And we're going to extend the track further up and have a new branch line over here. And that will be the Drax power station. For such a big project like this, it's really important to plan how you're going to build it. So I've decided I'm going to build it in areas and in sort of steps, so I can break down each part of the build. So I just simply began by laying some track on the line just after Griffin. Now, it's no secret that a Roblox developer works their best off camera. And I'm back, here's the full layout for the power station. This was super annoying to get right because it just goes in one big loop. And yeah, then I modelled some chimneys and I placed them around. And then I had to model this dome looking thing, which I later found out was for biomass storage. Or should I say biomass pellets, which are just basically wood, but here's the Google definition. Next I started placing these metal structures around using textures. I was definitely not going to use parts because, as you know, Roblox is not very optimized. Then continued the framework into the main building, which I didn't do much work on because it was extremely hard to find references. Impossible. At this point in the build, I thought we've done enough to show the community what we've been working on, so I took a little picture and I posted it in our Discord, which you can join, link in the description by the way. Teesside Railway needs some official soundtracks, so I kindly hit up my boy to make some tunes, which he voluntarily agreed to, and boy did he cook. I've linked the soundtrack in the description of this video if you want to check it out, and make sure to check out Tycoonmoom's channel as well, because he makes great music and is really talented. Also the game was seeing absolutely no players at all, so I decided to roll out 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 patches, adding some extra liveries and changing some things in game, such as allowing players to signal without XP, which surprisingly didn't go as bad as I thought it would. To top it all off, the game actually got a tiny bit of players. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to keep the game going. Anyways, back to the build. I actually did find some references for the main building on YouTube with these drone videos. You can see the layout is a bit complex, but I didn't overcomplicate it too much. It's because we only wanted to have details around the track where the player would usually spend most of the time playing. By now I'd completed most of the build, and I just had to do the top part of the power station, which I had no idea what the purpose of that was, but I wasn't really bothered because I was not actually going to finish this build now, since I learned the build has already taken nearly a month to finish, and the game really needs to progress in terms of the next update, so I decided it's best off to leave off this build where it is now, and you can see some plain bits and bobs, but it wasn't that important to add these in. You can always add them in later, but if you guys like these type of videos, do let me know by leaving a like or a comment. Anything's fine, and there's a chance I could possibly do a video on the driving system we've been working on, which would be much more in depth than this and less boring than the previous video. For now I'm going to end the video with some cinematic shots of the power station.